Hey, Boaterman here. And you know, I've done a lot of videos lately about cornering and trail braking and what brake to use and when, etc. So it may sound complicated, but it is not complicated. And that's what I'm going to go through today. I'm going to show you the simple way to understand these things. And hopefully I'll stop getting all these questions about counter steering, handlebar steering, and which is which and when. So we're going to go for a ride, and I'll make it simple. Okay, I can see how this, the things I've been talking about for the past, I don't know, 3-4 videos could, maybe complicate things a bit, but it's really not complicated. Here I am going down a few curves. I'm going at a nice leisurely pace. I don't have to worry about trail braking, but I'm going to keep 2 fingers over that front brake just the same. It's there if I need it. So I'm going nice and easy. I don't have to do much at all. I can downshift 1 gear, find the apex, and start accelerating. I'm coming around this curve here. I'm going at such a leisurely pace that I can even give it some throttle coming around the curve. Now, if you're going at a higher speed and you're using up a lot of lean angle, say you're at, I know this bike leans at about 32 degrees before any hard parts hit the ground. But if you're coming around a curve and you're right at that lean limit at 32 degrees, you want to wait until the corner straightens out or you're facing the direction that you want to go before you give it any throttle. And always smooth inputs. Now we're going to go through a series of curves here, and I know before you say it in the comment section, yes, you have much curvier roads in Colorado or the Smoky Mountains or California. I understand that, but this is what we got here, and this is what we'll talk about. So I'm coming around this curve. I'm going about 50 miles an hour. I'm just counter steering. Now we're coming to the left here. I push just ever so slightly on the left grip. It leans left and goes left. We're going to do the same thing coming around here. Is a big wide turn. I don't need to be leaning off the bike. I just have my body straight up, and 99% of the time that's all you need to do. These techniques where you're shifting your body weight to the low side at high speeds coming around a curve, they're at high speeds, mostly speeds you're not going to reach, or at least you shouldn't out on the street, because this ain't a racetrack. On this particular road, to get anywhere near my bike's lean limits or have to use any kind of technique, I probably have to be going about 80 or 90 miles an hour, because this bike will probably take this turn at about 90 without a problem. So I'm not worried about trailing on brake pressure, trailing off brake pressure. However, I will keep 2 fingers on that brake, but I don't even have to, but it's there if I need it. And if I came around one of those turns and suddenly there's a vehicle stopped or a tree branch on the road, since I'm already on the brake, covering that brake, coming to a stop will be so much easier. Really, that's all you need to know. This ain't brain surgery, folks. On a racetrack, it's a whole different ball game. The faster you tend to go on winding roads, the more technique you're going to need. That includes straightening out the curve, just like you do in your car or your truck. So I'm going to get to the inside here. I got a pretty good view around the curve. That's all. There's no science behind this. If I was going 80, 90, 100 miles an hour on this road, yeah, I'm going to be trail braking into the curve. I'll be trailing off the brake when I get to the apex. I won't give it throttle until I'm pointed in the direction I want to go. And when I give it throttle, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a smooth application of the throttle. So don't let this overwhelm you. And I guess a lot of the comments and emails I got from people asking me about this mainly were from people who said they were brand new riders. But I know that people have been riding for a lot of years. This is generally what they do. They're cruising down the road, taking it easy, coming around a big wide bend at a reasonable pace, and then coming to a nice easy stop. As I said, you should be able to do that the first day ever on a motorcycle. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't know proper technique, because you may get yourself into a situation where you're going to need some technique. And that's why it's good, even at these leisurely paces, to practice some trail braking. Even if you're just using 1% of your brake pressure, just get used to that. And if you pick up your speed a little bit, you'll notice that if you put a little bit more, maybe 2.5% of brake, that the bike will tighten up its radius. The faster you go, the wider your radius. The slower you go, the tighter your radius. That's all there is to it. It's not brain surgery. But if you like to ride very spiritively, hey, get some training, learn the proper techniques. It'll make riding those winding roads so much more fun.